Hey guys, let's take a little time to work some yoga together this afternoon or whenever you're having a chance to check out this video. We want to explore Elena Aguilar's Onward, Cultivating Emotional Resilience for Educators. But as I've read this book, and I know I am an educator, this book has great ideas for however it is that you work in the world. And so I thought we would explore these, doing a yoga practice on each chapter, and then that would set us up ready for when she designs this book to explore each topic for a full month, starting in the summer months, the month of June. So I blog posted. I posted about this on my zipaDee blog over the winter break. So if you'd like to go back and check out those posts, I did a post per day of Christmas to explore the 12 chapters, just to get your toes wet. And now we want to wade in the water a little deeper. And then maybe if you'd like to have fun with me, starting in the summer, we'll kind of explore each topic per month, but just such great ideas. If I could have wrote a book like this would be the kind of book that I would like to share with the world. So this book is accompanied by or supplemented by a workbook that's available. Both of these are on Amazon, and I think they cost about $25 each, maybe. So if you can only buy one choice, try this book. If you can splurge and buy both, they're both would be excellent resources to own, but you don't have to have the book. I mean, the book is just because I love books, right? So I will share ideas from the book, and you don't have to purchase anything. You can just show up and have fun together each week as we explore chapters together. So the first chapter is about knowing yourself. And all of this is how it relates to being resilient and how you can bounce back wash after wash, right? No matter what's happening in the world, whether it be the pandemic, whether it be what's happening politically and in our government, whether it's what's happening in your own life. Boy, there's lots of ups and downs happening right now, and it's about finding that rhythm between the go and the stop. And it's about knowing yourself helps you to know what is your purpose and how can you show up and be effective and productive every day, and do what it is you're called to do. All right, so we'll begin with just that small introduction. And then I just wanted to, I know when I go out and about now to teach yoga, I can't take as many fun things to share with folks as I'd like to. So I just want to tell you, if you don't have something that you can use like a yoga block, those are so helpful for bringing the floor up to you or making your arms longer when they need to be, or it's just a great prop and a great way to adjust as you work through the fun that we do together. These are cork blocks. I like them because you can really bear down and your weight on them, but foam blocks are easier if you ever use them on your head. Where they're more comfortable and soft. So blocks are great, but you can use books, you can use pillows, you can use other things around the house. I've used step stools, chairs, other ways to help. Just know that that's a great thing to have close by. Another tool that's really neat to have, although we are not likely to use it today, is a belt of some kind. Yoga shows you straps, but any type of a necktie we've used in class before can sometimes help when your arms need to be a little bit longer. Other fun things that I love is I use the meditation cushion to just bring my hips up. But again, you can sit on a block. I love these yoga jellies, although they're very pricey, but they help pad for your knees. But you can also just use a little blanket to help to give a little cushion when you need it. Another thing that we haven't talked about in a long time, but for those of you who've yogaed with me and know the journey, this is a pencil case that I bought at Walmart, and I've got a 4-pound bag of pinto beans in there, and it makes a great weight. So when you rest and relax at the end of practice, it's something that you can put on your hip points. That is sometimes helps you to feel the ground and to really find that chill, find that way of being stable and calm. And then of course, lavender cloths or lavender eye pillows are great. Just the the smell is sometimes a relaxing smell for folks. So these are toys or tools you might want to add. But again, you don't need anything. You just need to show up in comfortable clothes and be ready to explore and be ready to listen. And as we just as a reminder, yoga is like an offer. It's like going to the buffet. And so if something is too spicy, like for you on the buffet, you don't put that in your body and upset your tummy, right? So you take from this time together what works best for you. And I love that about yoga. There's no judging, there's just observing, there's just listening, there's just doing what you need to do. All right, so we'll start off with some breathing. All right, and so sit up nice and tall. Again, I like to prop my hips up so that I feel really comfy, and versus just sitting flat on the floor. You're welcome to sit in a chair. I do love chair yoga. I just love one of my favorite comments of all time is when a participant in a class said, "Oh, this was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be." So yeah, you can still get a good practice sitting in a chair, and we can make adapt anything. But just maybe close your eyes or let your gaze go soft and maybe put a hand on the belly and a hand on your chest. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. And let your breathing be easy, but let it be deep. I just finished James Nestor's book about breathing called The Lost Art, New Science of Lost Art. It's called Breath. And James Nestor talks about how we need to slow down with our breathing, breathe more deeply, really extend exhales. And so this is your chance to take slow, deep breaths as we separate everything that's happened today from what happens next together in our yoga practice. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. Now, take an ear to a shoulder. Reach the ear towards the shoulder. If you'd like more stretch for the side of your neck, you're welcome to gently rest the hand on top of the head. Or you may also press through the knuckles if you'd like to get more stretch. It's usually just enough for me to lean the ear towards the shoulder, so I don't need that extra fun. But if it helps you get the deeper stretch that you would like, you're welcome to add that to your stretching today. And on your next breath, let your chin roll to your chest and then really feel the back of the neck stretch and lengthen. Feel like you have like a weight, like an anchor pulling the chin down. And then take the opposite ear to shoulder, remembering that if you want to enhance the stretch or make it a little richer, deeper for you, you can cradle the head with a hand or extend the opposite arm, stretching knuckles away. Keep breathing deeply, breathing down into the belly, filling up the chest cavity. Make sure you use all of this that's designed to take deep breaths. So you expand side ridge, you lift collarbones, and then lower chin back to chest. Now we'll stretch the side of the body. So reach towards the floor. And if you can't reach towards the floor, reach in that direction. It may be that you can reach even further and you can go down to the elbow, forearm. But we're going to reach up and over, keeping this body open, nice and open here. Upper body, don't collapse into the stretch. So you want to reach up and over. And again, if you can extend and you want to go down lower, that's all good. Just don't collapse. Big breath in, big breath out. In his book, James Nestor talks about the importance of breathing in through the nose. Your nose is a filter. It warms the air that comes in the body, helps your body absorb the air in a better way than when you're a mouth breather. All right, reach both arms up nice and tall, but it is okay every now and then to let that exhale come out the mouth like a heavy sigh. And of course, you can breathe out the mouth anytime you need to let go of some heat. If you're working really hard and your body is getting really warm, that's a trick to know as well. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, come up nice and tall. And then let's read a little bit from the book, and I'll sprinkle a few facts in every now and then. In her book, she gives a definition or a thought at the beginning of each chapter. So let's read the beginning of the chapter about knowing yourself and therefore knowing your purpose. And she describes that when you know yourself well, you gain clarity on your purpose in life and your work. Being anchored in purpose makes you able to deal with setbacks and challenges. So, this particular chapter is really this idea of knowing yourself is foundational for all your other habits. And so it helps you to have that deeper self understanding whenever you really dig into who you are. And you're okay with that, right? You're okay with what you discover. Um, she talks about that when you do know yourself, when you're self-aware, you're able to take deep breaths, you're able to show up more authentically, you're more confident about your actions, and you're more clear on decisions. It enables you to show up in the way you were meant to show up, or you want to show up in the world. All right, so we'll move from here to some breathing wings. So you breathe your wings up. And then once you reach the top, then that makes the exhale happen. And you let the air come out the body all the way to fingers touch the floor. So match the inhale and the exhale with movement. And exhale. Breathing in. And breathing out. All right, we'll both throw to our 4 points. So knees are under hips and hands are under shoulders. And we will work our cat and cow. Now, as you work cat and cow, you may want to pad the floor underneath you. I'm going to use these little yoga jellies. Like I say, they are a little pricey, but man, they're fun to play with and put under your head every now and then. And so the tops of my feet are touching the floor, even though that's hard to see. And my hands are under my shoulders. And we're going to roll through cow and cat. And so you drop your udders, lift your tailbone, lift your chin on the breath in. And on the breath out, you're going to arch the back way to the ceiling. And you're going to let this head be really heavy, like a bowling ball. And so just explore very slowly. Breath in and breath out. I think it's really interesting. We've heard the phrase before, less is more. But I kind of think you want to add that idea of slow is I don't know, is it more effective is what we want to say, because less is more and slow is better than going so fast. You can really explore, you can really listen, and you increase self-awareness when you just simply slow down or just quiet the pace. I know that I can really hear better. I tend to be very anxious, and whenever I slow down and just breathe more, um, I can be more confident or more tuned in or more in control, or versus that just flat out running as fast as you can and being unsure and a little shaky in that endeavor. Okay, now we come back to the flat back on your next in an next exhale. And when we do this, now we're gonna play tiger. You're gonna lift a back leg and you can dig toes into the floor, and then you're gonna extend the opposite arm. Now, if you would like to, if you don't have low back issues, let me listen to your low back, but you wanna lift that leg, right? As you extend and then we're going to pull the knee to the elbow underneath the belly. So you're going to pull it in and then extend it. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and breath out. Try it one more time. Welcome the wobble and the shakes. That's you strengthening and working muscles and parts of you that don't often get to work. I lost that foot. See if you can keep the foot flexed to keep the muscles engaged. All right, so let's try it on the other side. Again, you don't have to lift the leg. You don't have to crunch it. Those are just options. You can play at any time and stop the bus wherever you feel like in that particular sequence that was a better place for you to be. Okay, so I'm going to extend the opposite arm. I'm going to lift, keep the foot engaged, toes to the floor. All right, breath in, breath out, breath in, and breath out, breath in, and breath out. And extend and come on back to the floor. All right, so with that movement, hopefully that's warmed up your body. Do you feel a little warmer? Yeah, that's good. That's the object of the game, so that we can work and hopefully prevent any injuries. All right, we're gonna dig toes into the floor and lift hips for our first down dog. All right, so with down dog, you want to slide the shoulders together, shoulder blades. So you don't want to use the muscles in the neck to do down dog. You want it working more in the back. And you don't want to lock out the knees. I tend to pop those knees back. So you want to find that slight little bend in the knees. And you want to feel like you lift through your hip creases. So see what happens whenever you think about middle back, gentle bend, little micro bend, and hip creases. And then walk your hands and feet together for your forward fold and hold your, maybe reach towards your elbows. All right. Inhale, come up about halfway. Exhale, reach for the floor. And then really root the feet into the floor. Squeeze the tummy as you breathe in and breathe your wings up. And exhale, palms together and thumbs to your heart. All right, so we'll be standing here a little bit together. So I'll give you a little bit different view or a different angle. So we're standing in mountain pose. So the feet are really connected to the ground. If your feet had like four corners to the foot, you say you want to really connect to the earth with those. So that's why we take our shoes off, right? To really be able to feel into feet. I know it's coolish in the like this time of year. It's cooler, and so if you like to use those socks that have the grippers on the bottom, or those little shoes, they're toe shoes, or I'm being brave today and I'm in my bare feet, but you're welcome to do that. You just want to make sure you always have good connection. And I've noticed my feet changing over time as practicing with the bare feet, right? You can feel the muscles develop. All right, roll the shoulders up and back and down. Breathe the wings up. And exhale down. And breathe the wings up. And exhale down. All right, so we will work through some sun salutations to continue that process of warming, and then we'll do some work in standing, okay? So let me go ahead and adjust the camera just one more time so that you can see a little bit of the plank as we work. So we're gonna breathe the wings up and exhale, fold. I'll turn sideways so that you can kind of see where we're going here. Inhale, come up halfway. Press the knees into the shins into the knees. Press the crown of the head forward. And then exhale and let it go. Bend the knees to support the upper body with the tops of the legs there. And then walk back and find your version of plank. Now that can be back to the table, or it can be a forearm plank if that feels better in your body, that actually works the core more. All right. And when you hold your plank, let's see if we can think of some positive statements to say. Everybody say, I am strong. Yeah, I am trying new things. I am ready to learn about me. Yeah, I can shine my light. The world needs my light. I can shine my light. The world needs my light. All right, knees down, hips back, and then plant your forearms, shoot your upper body through as you work your Sphinx pose. So I know it's hard to see, and I know my hair is all over the place today, but the idea is elbows under shoulders and pulling towards the rib cage, and you're opening up the chest, and the feet are extended behind and the tops of the feet as you work your Sphinx pose. A little bend in the back, a little opening of the heart, and then we're going to move from Sphinx pose back to down dog. And then from down dog, we'll move to forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, reach for the floor. And inhale, arms up high to the sky, thumbs to the heart, and hands down by the side. Okay, we'll try that again, and you should start to feel even more warm in your body. All right, inhale, reach high, exhale, and work towards your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, reach back down to the ground. Inhale, walk back and find a second plank. All right, and this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let my little light shine. Yay! All right, now when you work plank, really work the back muscles, really work the tummy muscles, and make sure you're not just hanging there, but you're really engaged. And if you're shaking, that's good. You're getting stronger. Knees down, hips back. You can plant the forearms and roll through, or you can work now towards the cobra. All right, so the cobra or the snake pose means the hands are now underneath the shoulders, and you can push like you're squeezing through, pressing feet into the floor, squeezing through legs and bum and low back and back muscles to come up for a little more of an arch. If this doesn't feel good for your body, you can hang out in the Sphinx pose where we were. And then, of course, there's also a third option for a back bend here where you can have hands under shoulders and weight goes into the tops of the feet, all right? And you extend arms for your up dog. All right? Roll through for your down dog. And then walk your feet to your hands and your hands to your feet. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach for the floor. And inhale, arms up high to the sky, thumbs to your heart, and hands down by your side. All right, I hope you're feeling nice and warm, all right, in your body. And we'll do a little work now, a little balance, and then we'll work, we'll balance, and then we'll come back down to the floor, and then we will rest as our final fun together today. And all of this is to help us to get to know and explore us as we think about Elena's Aguilar's first chapter in her book, Knowing Yourself is How You Access Your Power. She talks about Wonder Woman. All right, so let's put our feet wide and hands to the hips. Roll those shoulders nice and strong back, and then put on your Wonder Woman power face, your power pose, right? Wonder Woman really knows who she is, and she doesn't make any excuses. She shows up in the world and she helps people the way that she can. And our job is not to have a secret identity like Wonder Woman. Our job is to be how Wonder Woman shows up in the world without the disguise, and be authentic and do what we're designed to do. No excuses, no shame or guilt, right? Just be you. That's a cool thing to be. All right, roll the shoulders up and back and down. All right, extend the arms out to the side and give yourself a nice big hug. All right, go ahead and give yourself some eagle arms and lift them high. Opening the upper back, coming back for a hug. And then opening the wings out and then remembering what was on top and coming back and giving the hug in the opposite direction. All right, backs of hands together. You may loop them right and come on up and get that back stretch on the other side. All right, release and relax. And then we will do the dynamic twist that's called milkshake or knocking on heaven's door. You get a little movement and a twist for the center of you. And then toes on the railroad track. And let's work a little bit now that we've warmed the body. So we're going to take a toe out to the side and we're going to extend another leg long. Now this space in between your 2 feet, totally up to you how much space you want to put there, right? Reach your arms out like you crossed a capital letter T. Kick your hip away from the pointy toe and breathe in. Exhale, push out over the pointy toe and roll one arm down and one arm high. Now, if you want to reach towards the block, towards the floor, you sure can, but don't again lose the openness of the chest here. As you breathe and work your triangle. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Your gaze can go high or your gaze can go low. Yogi's choice, what feels good. Be strong in the low body, be strong in the core, really push the feet to the floor as you breathe in and reach your body tall again. Bend the knee and find warrior 2. So the feet did not change at all as you move from triangle pose to warrior 2 pose. And if your shoulders are starting to crawl up to your ears, put palms to the ceiling and then slide them back into place. All right, knee bent over that ankle. Warrior 2, gaze can go out over the middle finger. And we're working now. The weight is in the blades of the feet, the outside of the feet. And as you work that, see what engages in the legs as you do that effort. Because oftentimes I'm on the inside of my foot, right? You want to be in the outside of the foot, and you can feel muscles engage differently in the legs. The hand is forward, breathe it in and reach it up. Open the side body. And then come on back down and through for a side angle pose. Now with side angle pose, you can reach high, reach over the ear from fingertip to the outside blade of that foot. This is gently resting here. Try not to dump, try to engage in the core, or you can reach towards your device. Or you can go down to your block or your floor as you work your side angle. So it's not so important about getting to the floor. Hand can be over the ear, hand can be high. It's more about keeping this nice and open. And I find that when I'm up a little higher with this too, I have more of my core engaged and I feel like I'm getting the strengthening opportunity that this pose can offer if I stay a little higher. So you play with that. If I get lower, I tend to just kind of hang there instead of engaging. You did it. All right, we're going to twist now. And so we're going to take the hand that's high and come low. And I will get a block to work this. And then you're going to take the hand that was resting on the thigh or maybe stretched out or down to the ground. You're going to take it to the air. So I'm going to put the block by my foot and I'm going to use it to reach down to the ground, and I'm going to twist up. Breathing in and breathing out. Think about what's happening in that back leg. Try to keep it in the weight in the outside of that foot. Breathing in and breathing out, and the hand that's high comes low. All right, and you're going to rotate the toe up where the heel is to the ceiling. And then you can lower. I'm going to move a jelly so I can lower my knee down to the ground. And then you're going to either stay there or maybe come up to a balance here or a balance here. Yogi's choice. So you're getting a good stretch in this leg behind you. Low crescent lunge. And again, you can keep hands to the floor on each side of that forward foot, or you can work or hands to the knee or hands to the sky. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. All right, if hands are high, bring them down low. And I'm going to use my blocks here as we work back into the half monkey, half split, okay? So what you're going to do is the heel of your foot is going to press into the floor as you extend. So you're getting a stretch and your hip goes back. It's very hard to see, I know, with the angle of the camera. But you're working the back of that leg as a stretch. And then see, I'm dumping into the side where my leg is bent. So try to not do that. Try to keep your weight even, Stevens. And then I'm going to walk my blocks up and I'm going to bend my knee and we'll roll through with the breath. So there's the lengthening of the crescent lunge, and then exhale, lengthening for half split. Toes to the ceiling, breathe in. Forward and breathe in, extend, and one more time. Here we go. And then if you would like, you can take your knees wide, side by side, and you can stretch back for a child's posture here. So you can prop up with a block if you want to bring the floor up to meet your head. And this is where I was saying the foam blocks are more comfortable. You can use a blanket over your court block. If your bum is really hanging up in the air because your legs are really tight, you can put a block underneath your bum, right, to help with that, to make it more restful instead of hanging or pulling. Okay, we're going to take our table position that leads us to our dog position, that leads us to our forward fold, and we're going to walk our hands up our body. It's really rooting the feet into the floor, and we're going to do all that on the other side. All right, so we're starting at the top with our triangle that goes to our warrior two, our peaceful warrior, a side angle that then leads us to the low crescent, the movement of the half split and that lunge, and finally we'll wrap with the child's pose there. Okay, so toes on the railroad track again. This time we'll take the opposite toe out to the side and make adjustments, but the legs are going to stay long and strong here. Hip cock the hip away from the pointy toe. Reach the arms out like you crossed a capital letter T. All right, breathe in. Exhale, push out over that pointy toe and roll it down. And this time I will play with my block since I have it handy. My block can be on the inside of that forward foot, or it can be on the outside of that foot. My hand is high. I try to have a line of energy from the fingertips, right? The fingertips to fingertips. It is kind of fun to teach on Zoom in that you can kind of see what you're describing, and I can see in plank if I have my bum too high. I can see if I'm overdoing it. popping out like my leg, like with my knees, hyperextending, rather, trying to think of the term. And so that's what we have to hold on to. We have to find the things that are working pretty cool, since it is very challenging not to be in the same space and sharing the same energy and breathing the same air. But we'll do what we have to do to be healthy and strong. All right, from here, we'll breathe in. All right, and come up. So really be strong in your tummy, strong in the legs, strong in the feet. Yeah, pushing through the floor. And then bending this knee and finding your warrior two posture. Again, hands to the ceiling. Slide your arms through. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice and just be aware of how it feels from one side of the body to the other. And don't judge, like don't think it's good or bad the way it is. Just know that all sides are not created equal. And just modeling that kind of reflection for you. This particular knee is a challenge for me. All right, I really struggle with it. It's not as strong. And so it feels differently. So just welcome that observation and know it's not good or bad. It is what it is. All right, we'll reach the arm high and opening the side body, creating room for breath here. And then we're coming back down and through for side angle. So remember, side angle is where you rest on this thigh, reaching the hand up overhead or over that ear, feeling the energy from fingertip to the outside of that back leg that is extended, right? Or you can reach down low, or you can reach out to the device here and work core. And I will play with this. Since this is my tricky knee, I think I want to go down to the block this time. But again, you play on your body and see how it feels. If I can extend that leg longer, I can get more of a stretch. Keep breathing. Keep working. You got it. You can do hard things. You're trying new things. Yay for you. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, and so come on down for the twist. I'm going to reach down to the floor with the hand that was high, and the hand that was low, I'm going to reach up. Feeling the weight in the outside of that back leg as I reach and stretch. And the hand that's high comes low, and I'm going to work that low lunge now, or that low crescent, by taking the knee down to the floor, extending the foot. And remember, I can stay here with my hands, or I can come up to the knee and work on some balance as I stretch the front of this leg. And welcome the wobble. Every time you wobble, you're getting a little stronger. Again, the arms can be very high here if you'd like to extend. That's another option, another place to park the bus, a bus stop for the bus. And then the hands that are high come low, and we're going to work that half split. All right, so dig the heel into the floor, toes to the ceiling as you lengthen the forward leg. And then you're going to pull back with the hips and really stretch. Try again to keep the weight even in the legs, where you don't like lean into or dump into the leg that's supported on the knee. Breathe into, lean into the challenge, right? Don't run away from it. Lean into it. And breathe in and reach forward. And extend back. Notice I don't have to move as much with my hands on this side. So whatever you're needing to do for yourself, you make those adjustments. Checking my notes, seeing if we're good. Looking good so far. I think we've done all those things I was hoping to accomplish. All right. All right, we'll take the knees side by side or either as wide as your yoga mat, toes together, stretch hips back, and find your child's posture to work here on this side. So you can rest your head, right? And breathe in and breathe out. Let me read you a little more as you rest here. She says, when an upset happens, you're unlikely, when you know yourself, to take it personally because you know who you are and you can distinguish between the external event and you yourself. Um, in other words, that's your resilience coming out. When we act in ways that are out of alignment with our values, we physically don't feel good. She also includes how to take a Myers-Briggs test in her resources, which I found very interesting. If you haven't done a personality test or in a long time, or if you'd like to do that again, it's an easy URL. I want to tell you, it's 16personalities.com, I think is it. Authentic confidence comes from self-knowledge. Clarity of purpose allows us to access deep reserves of energy. Yay. All right, push on up and let's go back to standing to work our tree posture. All right, feet to hands, hands to feet. Bend the body to reach down, have upper body supported by lower body, and then root and rise on the next breath in. Okay, so we did our breathing, our warm up. We've done a little work, and now we want to do some balance challenge. And then we'll be to the floor to do some work and wrap up and cool down, and we'll be ready to rest. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to feel one foot really connect with the ground and take the other foot as you work tree and press the heel on top of that foot or kickstand it out to the side or come up to that calf muscle or either go higher to the upper thigh or to the thigh. So you're just avoiding the knee joint. Any of those places to stop along the way is going to be good. And then you press palms together or you can raise the branches high into the air. Shoulders are relaxed. There's a smile on your face, and you are welcoming the wobble. Every time you wobble, squeeze the tummy tight. Find something that's not moving and really give that your focus and attention. That is your yogi's drishti, your focal point, and it can be very helpful in holding the balance challenge. Balance is great for focus and concentration skills. So when you're distracted or you have a monkey mind, you got a lot of chatter, you're not really sure what to do next. You pretend to be a tree, take some time to be still and quiet, and you will have the clarity and the focus that you need to do whatever it is that you need to do next. Hands are high, come low. The legs that may be up, come down. You shake out the standing leg, and we're going to work that on the opposite side. So really grow roots into the floor with this foot. And again, feel all the four corners of the foot. Really feel connected. Heel to the top of the foot. Kickstand out to the side, up to the calf muscle or above the knee. Yogi's choice. Branches can be high or low. The branches that are high come low, the legs that are up come down, and you shake out your standing leg. It was working really hard. Okay, well, come on down to the floor and we will work our boat pose. So, set up for boat pose by finding where your sits bones are really connecting to the ground. And I've got the model of the bones here to help us remember about the sits bones. These are the sits bones here, all right, the bottom of the pelvis, right? And what you're doing is you're connecting those bony parts of you to the floor. All right, so find where they are, yeah, and then you can have hands behind the legs here, or you can be propped back and leaning back, and you want to begin working the core of you. So again, stop the bus where it feels best for your body today. All right, so here's one stop. The hands behind you helping with support is another stop. And the idea is we're always going to try to keep the back long and strong here as we work boat. So you can come up to the tootsie toes. You can lift shins. You can let go with arms. And you can extend the leg. You can. Maybe I can't show you, but you can. And that's another way to work your boat. Every time I give that a try to extend my legs, I lose the integrity of my long, strong back. And so know your body and do what you can do today. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And pull the knees to the chest and give yourself a little squeeze. Yay. All right, we will lay down on our back body now. All right, and on our back body from here, we're going to work Apanasana pose or wind relating pose. So you take the shin towards the chest, the knee towards the chest, and you wrap your arms around it as you extend your opposite leg. Now, opposite leg has an option to hover right here over the floor. It doesn't have to, but it gives a little more core opportunity, strengthening opportunity here. If you do. And then we're going to make a trade. So we're going to take the other knee to chest and extend the opposite leg. Keep breathing. And then now we're going to work that where we extend and alternate knee to chest and lengthening the leg, knee to chest and lengthening. And one more set. All right. And pulling both knees to the chest and rock and rolling on the back body. And then taking the feet flat to the floor, low in line with the hips. All right, from here we're going to work a bridge pose. So if you would like to restore the bridge, you can have your block handy, and your block can go underneath your bum, underneath your sacrum to support the bridge, or you can work the bridge if you feel like you still got a little bit of energy for some more work. Okay, so I'm going to take my elbows beside my side body, and I'm going to push into my feet and push into my elbows as I squeeze and lift the low body. So breath in, exhale, lift, and maybe I can join fingers together underneath the bum and roll up onto the shoulders to get more of an arch, more of a lift and bend in the back and an opening of the heart. And breathe, Wonder Woman or superhero, whoever you may be. Be you. Show up as you. What if you were already strong enough to do whatever it is that you have to do? And guess what? You are. We're always trying to improve and find more. And not that we shouldn't grow, But you are enough already. You're shiny and bright right now, ready to do the work that you need to do today. No improvement necessary. All right, let go of the interlaced fingers, flatten the back out, and then gently roll the upper back one vertebra at a time down to the floor. You're flat now. Unfurl and curl the hips. Let yourself have a breath here with a flat back. And then pull your knees to chest. And we'll do that Apanasana pose one more time, where we extend the leg and pull the knee to the chest. But this time we're going to do a twist with it. So the knee that's high is going to actually fall over the body. Okay. And then you're going to extend your arms out, or you can welcome to, I'm going to pull this knee down with this same side hand as I look away. Get a lying spinal twist. If it feels good to you, you can prop this knee with a block. That does feel good sometimes in my body. But again, just because something feels good to me, it may or may not feel like that for you. I know that for me, it is a challenge to spread my toes out whenever we're standing in mountain and trying to get that good foot connection, to the ground. And somebody came up to me, I always say, that's the hardest yoga pose or something like that. Well, that's why you should never say that, because somebody in my class the other day, Becky said, oh, that's easy. I can look at this. And so she could really have good strength and good stretch of her toes. It was a piece of cake for her. So, all good. All right, roll yourself back up. Knee to chest. Make a trade. And then roll this knee over. And again, you can roll to a block. You can let it roll all the way over. Your arms extended away from the knee. Your gaze as well. Getting a twist. Yogis always like to practice with a twist because it naturally realigns the spine. All right, come on out of that. Any movement your body needs, you're welcome to give yourself more movement. Some people like to end practice with a happy baby, where your feet are reaching towards the ceiling and you can roll gently back and forth on the back body as you reach up towards the feet or the low legs or the thighs, right? You can do legs at the wall, where you scooch the wall and prop up against the couch or the wall. Here with the legs, you can rest today by taking feet wide and knees together. You can extend the arms out and just lengthen hands down by their side. However you would like to finish up practice today, you sure are welcome to make that choice. And I will cue the toothpaste tube idea. Oh no, let's do the shine and light one, since we thought about letting our light shine. And I'm going to roll over to the side and push up to kind of cue you on that as we rest today. Okay. So you get yourself comfortable, and I'll do the shining light idea, and you can relax. So it's very similar to the toothpaste tubes, except we won't use squeeze and release. Now, if you, my tootsies are a little cold, so if you want to put your socks on to keep yourself warm, if you want to get a blanket to put over your body as we rest today, all of those options or all of those are ideas that are options for you to make it the most comfortable and the most relaxing and restful to you. Again, remember, you can use the lavender cloth or the lavender eye pillow at this time, or you can use like the way I described, if you'd like to put that on, if you are where you can lay that on the hip points. Okay, so get yourself comfy, and then what we're going to do is we're going to feel the sunshine shining bright in your heart. All right, you feel like it's way up there in the sky, shining right down into the center of you. Okay, and you're going to feel it radiate over to the left side of your body. Okay, it's going to go into the left shoulder, the left arm, low arm, into the left wrist and the left hand. You feel the sun shining all around the hand, the top of the hand, around the bottom of the hand, the palm, in between the fingers, down each finger. It feels really warm and relaxing and soothing, and there's no tightness or tension in that left arm and hand and wrist. And just let it feel loose and relaxed. The sunlight comes back up from the left hand to the left wrist into the left shoulder and over to the heart. And then it's going to travel down the right side of your body, down the right shoulder, right upper arm, through the right elbow, into the wrist, low arm and wrist, and into the right hand. And feel it in between the hand. In between the fingers, rather. The hand feels relaxed, the fingers feel relaxed. Your whole right arm of the body feels relaxed. Let the sunlight travel back up the right arm all the way to the heart. And then let it land from the heart, let it lower into the belly. Feel like it's a hula hoop that travels around the middle of you. Warm sunshine. It almost feels like a belt as it goes around and gives you a nice hug of sunlight. And then let it come up the back, relaxing the back muscles, back down over the shoulders, the heart, to the belly, into the left hip, down the left leg, through the knee, lower leg, and into the left foot. Feel the sunlight warm the bottom of the foot, the heel, the toes, the top of the left foot. Feel it relax your left foot, the space in between your toes. Nothing's tight, nothing's tense. Your foot is completely relaxed. Completely relaxed. And then feel the sunlight come back up the left foot into the left leg, all the way through the knee up to the left hip, and then across the belly into the right hip and right leg and right knee and right lower leg, and into the right ankle and the right foot. Your foot is relaxed. The sunlight warms the bottom of the foot, the top of the foot, the heel, the toes. It's like your foot's soaking in a foot bath, right? It's just kind of soothing and comfortable. No tightness, no tension, no pain. It's relaxed, completely relaxed. Your right foot is completely relaxed. Let the sunlight come back up the right foot, right ankle, right lower leg, through the knee, behind the knee, up into the right hip. And then back to the belly and up through the body, all the way to the neck. The shoulders are relaxed, the neck muscles are relaxed. There's no tightness or tension in the upper part of the body. And then the sunlight travels into the face, around the mouth, the muscles around the mouth and nose and ears, the forehead, all those muscles around the eyes relax. It feels like you're sunning at the beach, that feeling of just feeling that warmth on the face on a sunny day. And then it goes into all the places where your hair grows, and then it shines, the sunlight shines out through your scalp into the world, and then comes back down through the hair, back through the face, back through the head. The whole head is relaxed, the neck all the way back to your heart. Take a moment here to be still and quiet. Feel all this relaxing of the muscle. Just feel that settle in and sink in the whole practice. Let it all kind of come together here in quiet and calm and peace. And you can come back to this moment anytime. You know how to let the light travel through each part of you, where you focus on each part of your body. But for now, we'll wiggle fingers and wiggle toes, roll ankles and roll the wrist. Begin to wake the body up, inviting movement back by either giving yourself a full body stretch from fingertips to toes, or maybe pulling the knees into the chest. Rock and rolling on the back body. Eventually making your way to your side body, where you can take some relaxing breaths there. And then pushing into the floor and coming up to a tall seated position. And we will end as we began, sitting up nice and tall. Take a breathing wing in and out. A breathing wing in and out. Cross your hands onto the knees. Try that little stretch. Resilience is cultivated through hundreds of little choices every day. In order to make the best choice, you need to know yourself. Give yourself a little squeeze. Open up the arms. Take the arm that was on the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. And then return the hands to the knees for a stretch in the opposite way. With self-knowledge, you can anticipate moments that might trigger you. Self-knowledge enables you to build strong relationships with others. With knowledge of your unique talents, aptitudes, and interests, you play to your strengths and you wisely direct your energy. When you're clear on your values, you align your skills, time, and energy to your purpose. And purposefulness is key. It's a key trait of the resilient. All right, we'll bring our hands to the heart. We'll thank each other for this time to be together with the yoga word namaste, which means that part of me that's special and unique honors and adores that part of you that is special and one of a kind. I hope you'll join me again as we explore the 12 chapters of Elena Aguilar's Onward, Cultivating Emotional Resilience for All. Namaste, yogis. Thanks for playing with me today.